Shalom, Kol Haloyim, Wahawad, La Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham, Wachak Wadash, double honors to the elder apostles at Great Millstone, who rule well. As salutations to you fellow laborers out there that's doing this work with true sincerity. Shalom to the few Akwak also. What about Easter? All right, it's the title of this video. What about Easter? And the reason why is because, these wacky tacky Christians come against us. And so we got it wrong according to these wacky tacky Christians, especially these so-called Christian apologists, guys like Vocab Malone and all you other demons out there that say we got it wrong, or we was taught wrong, for those of us that learned from the elder apostles and the men that came under the elder apostles. So what about Easter? It's found right here in the book of Acts, the 12th chapter. I'm going to get into it. Lord willing, this video was edifying. And, Lord willing, you Israelites out there that may come across this video can really understand and see the true meaning of Easter, and to realize it's not about some bunny and eggs. All right. When you look up the etymology or the origin of this word Easter, which it simply means Passover. All right. The Hebrew word there is Pesach. So with that being said, this is Acts 12:1. It says, now about that time, Herod the king stretched forth his hands to vex certain of the church. And he killed James, the brother of John, with the sword. And because he saw it pleased the Jews, he proceeded further to take Peter also. Then were the days of unleavened bread. And when he had apprehended him, he put him in prison and delivered him to 4 quaternions of soldiers to keep him, intending after Easter to bring him forth to the people. Right. So this is during the time where the apostles were being rounded up and being killed, being beheaded. Most of them beheaded. He was persecuting, Israel very heavily at that time. And it mentions the word Easter. It also mentions the days of unleavened bread. All right, bear me 1 second. There we go. All right, Slaki, need a drink. So like I said, it mentions the days of unleavened bread, and it also mentions Easter. So let's go to the blue letter. See what the blue letter says. Excuse me. We're going to see what the blue letter says about Easter. All right. Bear me a second. Let's load up. Acts 12. Verse 4. There we go. What about Easter? Let's go to the word Easter. All right. There we go. Now, this is the Greek transliteration, right? or the Greek language right above it. I'm sorry, but the Hebrew word there is Pesach. Pesach. It's the Greek.
Strong's G 3957. Pascha. Pascha.
Which they try to pronounce it kind of similar a little bit, but how you pronounce it in the Hebrew is Pesach, which means to pass over. You see the root word etymology. It says of Aramaic origin, but it's the Hebrew characters right there. It says Pesach. So it says the Paschal, which is Passover sacrifice, which was accustomed to be offered for the people's deliverance of old from Egypt. Yeah, I'm gonna just say Passover. The Passover lamb, the lamb the Israelites were accustomed to slay and eat on the 14th day of the month of Nisan, which is the first month. It says the first month of the year. It gives them what it means, the Nisan, the first month of the year. It says, in memory of the day on which their fathers prepared to depart from Egypt, all right, Mizraim, were bidden by the Most High to slay and eat a lamb and to sprinkle their doorposts with its blood, that the destroying angel, seeing the blood, might pass over their dwellings. So it says the word Christ, but we know his name Yahushua. He's the anointed. So Yahushua crucified is likened to the slain Passover lamb, which is true. All right. It says Paschal supper, which is Passover. Paschal feast, the feast of the Passover. So let's visit that in the scriptures, which is found in the book of Exodus, 12th chapter. It's simple, it's simple when you taught by the right men of the Lord. All right, the real, or not right, but the real men of the Lord. All right, not by some wacky tacky Christian pastor, whether he be Roman Catholic, whether he be Baptist, Methodist, whatever, what have you, AME, whatever. Okay, simply look it up. All right, Scripture says, "Seek it, ye shall find." All right, just plain and simple. Anyways, Exodus 12:1. I'm just saying that because you guys come up against us and you don't have any proof, you don't have any research done. You're just talking shit, man. So enough talking shit. Let's get to the scriptures. Exodus 12:1. It says, and Yahweh spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Mizraim. All right, the word Egypt is Mizraim, saying, this month shall be unto you the beginning of months. Excuse me. It shall be the first month of the year to you, as it was saying on the blue letter. Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, in the 10th day of this month they shall take to them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for the house. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of the souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your count for the lamb. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. You shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats, and you shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month. And the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. And they shall take of the blood and strike it on the 2 side posts and on the 2 upper doorposts of the houses, wherein they shall eat it. And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire, and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it. See? It says, eat not of it raw, nor sodden at all with water, but roast with fire, his head with his legs, and with the ordinance thereof. And ye shall let nothing of it remain until the morning, and that which remaineth of it until the morning ye shall burn with fire. Thus and thus shall ye eat it, all right, with your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand, and ye shall eat it in haste. It is Yahweh's Passover. All right, Yahweh's Passover. So this is the whole days of unleavened bread. So the 10th day of the first month until the 14th day of the month is the days of unleavened bread, as it referred to in the book of Acts. All right, and this is where we begin the Passover. All right, in Mizraim. All right, under the actual Egyptians. All right, during the Egyptian captivity is when we first kept this high holy day. So this is one of our biggest high holy days. Well, I think this is our biggest high holy day. You got other high holy days, Day of Atonement, which is big. All the high holy days are big. I don't want to make any of them little. I don't want to do that, but I just said it because it was a great deliverance, right, that we had from the Egyptians, which was sorely oppressing us. Right, they was oppressing us very much so. So my question again was, what about Easter? Because in the wacky tacky Christian churches, what do? It's all about an egg hunt and bunny rabbits. Got the rabbit laying around eggs, as if a rabbit lay eggs. Madness. This is an article from Google. I went on Google, got this article. I'm gonna read a particular part. It's a certain paragraph I want to get. Here we go. Certain declaration. It says Christians recognize that constructing a church calendar and including events like Easter are matters of Christian freedom. While the Heavenly Father gave Moses a church calendar with major festivals for Old Testament Israel, like the New Testament Israel is different. Same people. That no longer applies to New Testament followers of the Lord. So this is their mindset. I just read in Exodus 12 chapter how you keep the Passover. That's what Easter is about, the Passover. It had the what? It said Aramaic, but we know the Aramaic still from Hebrew. The actual Hebrew word was down at the bottom. It said Pesach, which means the Passover. Now, it said they're having Christian freedom. Well, are we supposed to do what the scriptures say? All right. So, what's up with Easter? Why Easter is not celebrated the right way? Okay, it's because you don't understand the scriptures, man. All right, you don't understand the scriptures. All right, because if you did, you would keep the Passover the right way. All right, but seeing you don't. All right, seeing you don't. All right, there's a method of correction that has to be taken. All right, so let's go from there back to the scriptures. We'll go to the book of James. Let's see if we can get James chapter 1. Because the scriptures clearly just say how you keep the days of unleavened bread. Okay. And why you so-called Christians are not doing it? Because you really are just a bunch of phonies, man. Because if you were sincere, you would do what the scriptures say. All right. All right. These scriptures are our instructions. Our instructions on how to live and how to keep certain holy, festivals, including the high holy days. James chapter 1, verse 22, it says, "But be ye doers of the word," right? Keyword, be ye doers of the word, and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves. For if any be a hearer of the word and not a doer, he is like unto a man beholding his natural face in a glass. For he beholdeth himself and goeth his way, and straightway forgetteth what manner of man he was. All right. But whoso looketh into the perfect law of liberty and continueth therein, he being not a forgetful hearer, but a doer of the work, this man shall be blessed in his deed. See? I don't need to break that down. That's plain. All right. Don't be a hearer of the word only. Be a doer of the word. You hear the word, then do it. What the words say. In other words. All right. Problem is you have a lot of hypocrites. All right. A lot of hypocrites in this world that like to seem as though they had reached some kind of level of intelligence when they're really just simpletons, They're really just simpletons. All right, just hypocrites, in other words. All right, let's go book of Job. All right, let's go to the book of Job. Job 27 and verse 8, it says, "For what is the hope of the hypocrite, though he had gained, when the Heavenly Father taken away his soul?" All right. What is the hope of a hypocrite? The hope of a hypocrite is vain, because a hypocrite, if you don't know what a hypocrite is, let's get it. Let's get the hypocrite. Job 27. Bear me with is the chapter or the page change. Lock in. There we go. Interlinear or the blue letter. See what it says for the hypocrite. Hanap. Hanap. It says hypocritical, godless, profane, hypocrite, irreligious. Let's see. We got more on that. Profane. We know what profane means, right? Impious. 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 Let's look that word up real quick. Impious. Impious means, it says, irreligious, lacking reverence for the Heavenly Father, without reverence, irreverent, wicked, undutiful, unpatriotic. It says not, opposite of. You can look this word up on your own. I'm just doing it on my other device where I look up words. It says lacking piety or reverence for a God, which we know the Most High is a one true living power. lacking due respect or dutifulness. All right, that's really what it is, man. All right, that's really what it is. And so we know that we that are true believers, we are diligent seekers and studiers of the word, and we look up every word because we want to know what it means, so we can know what context the scriptures is using it in, so we have a full understanding of the word. All right. So, like I said, you so-called Mikey Tacky Christians, you don't have a reverence of the Most High, man. You lack, well, barely, that's lucky. You don't have a, you don't have a, the key ingredient or the key element, which is faith. All right? You don't have faith, all right? Because it doesn't show in your deeds. Because if you had faith, it would show in your deeds. All right? You wouldn't be a hypocrite if you was really a diligent seeker of the Most High. You really truly believe in the Most High. All right? It would show. All right? It would definitely show because, excuse me, because when we look into what Christianity, all right, does to people, it makes them hypocrites. Okay, it makes them hypocrites because here it is. Here it is. We have the words. We have the word of the Heavenly Father and the Son, and we know. All right, we know that you wacky tacky Christians don't look up words and don't study. Paul says, "Study to show thyself approved." All right, and that's something that you don't do. Now, when you come at one of these wacky tacky Christians, so we'll get this in Romans 10, excuse me, Romans 10 chapter. When you come in contact with these wacky tacky Christians, it's always an excuse for them not doing the word. All right, Romans 10, and I'll start at the top because you have a lot of our people that are into this plantation Christianity. All right, and we learn from Esau as a nation, and they don't look up scriptures for themselves, and that's the reason why they blindly follow these false leaders, these false so-called church leaders. Romans 10:1, it says, "Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to the Most High for Israel is that they might be saved. For I bear the record that they have a zeal of the Heavenly Father, but not according to knowledge. For they being ignorant of the Most High's righteousness, and going about to establish their own righteousness, have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of the Most High." See? That's what Easter's all about. In this society, establishing their own righteousness. We want to put eggs in the Easter bunny, and so this is what it means to us. Or what's the favorite line to use? We're doing it for the kids. Look up Ishtar. Find out what Ishtar means. I was going to put it in this video, but you brothers out there, you know what Easter go back to. All right. All you scoffers and scorners, look up Ishtar and how it leads to Easter. Has nothing to do with the scriptures. All right, I read how you keep the days of unleavened bread, which is the Passover. All right. So, what do you have to say about that? All right, all you, all you Christian apologists, man. All right, all you trying to do is derail us. You can't do it. All right, you trying to derail this knowledge. You can't. All right, let's go from there. Let's go. Psalm 62 because they look at us like we're nobodies, man. I gotta be honest. They look at us like we're nobodies, and pretty much the reason why guys like Vocab Malone and James White, Edomite, and William Bell, and you got this guy's clown over here, the asshole Geno Jennings, called himself an apostle. Apostle of who? you know. But this is what you guys do. You guys are false leaders, man. Lead the blind. Psalm 62 is verse 3. It says, "How long will ye imagine mischief against a man? Ye shall be slain, all of you. As a bowing wall shall ye be, and as a towering fence." You guys going to be destroyed, man. Verse 4, "They only consult to cast him down from his excellency. They delight in lies." And that's true. Oh no, first of all, that's true. They always try to cast us down from our excellency because they know that this book belongs to the so-called Negroes, so-called Latinos, and so-called Native Americans. This is our book. And what they do, those of us that know this book, it's our book, and we know this book contains the true knowledge, right, that we need as far as us Israelites. Right? They try to cast it down like we don't know what we're talking about. Like the scriptures have a private interpretation, and they don't. Because you tell you in Peter, 2 Peter, that right. It says they only consult to cast him down from his excellency. They delight in lies. Hey, Psalms 58. The wicked is estranged from the womb. All right, so as soon as you be born, you go about speaking lies. I'm roughly paraphrasing. It says Psalms 58:3. It says, "They delight in lies, they bless with their mouth, but they curse inwardly." All right, and that's what guys like Vocab Malone, this asshole, that's what he does. Right? They never have a real argument that's tangible or debatable to build off some decent doubt. That it's always nonsense they come up with. All right. Let's go from there to the same book, Psalms. We're going to Psalms chapter 11. Start at the top. It says, "To the chief musician, a psalm of David, King David, that is. In Yahweh put I my trust." Yahweh Bashem Shop. You have to say, you gotta mention the son. All right, you don't have the father if you don't have the son. Okay. It says, "In Yahweh Bashem Shop put I my trust. How say ye to my soul, flee as a bird to your mountain? For lo, the wicked bend their bow; they make ready their arrow upon the string, that they may privily shoot at the upright in the heart." Excuse me. That's what's going on, man. All right. They want to do away with those of us that have an upright spirit within us. See? But Yahweh Shem Shai is not going to let them prevail. As it is written, the gates of hell should not prevail. See? So, Again, the question is, what about Easter? Did we get that right? Or did we get that wrong? All right, all you theologians, all you Christian apologetics or apologists, I'm sorry. All right, if we got Easter wrong, then you break it down. All right, tell us what Easter really means. If we got it wrong, Anyways, with that, I want to say, Lord willing, you are edified in the spirit. I want to bid you shalom to all you sincere Akim out there, and you few Akwaf. Lord willing, you are edified in the spirit. Until next time, I say shalom.